Thank you, Senator Booker, and I am pleased to be here on the floor with my colleagues, those of us who went to Paris, led by Senator Cardin, for this climate summit. At the conference in Paris, more than 180 countries, accounting for over 90% of global emissions, were there, and they've all submitted their plans for how they're going to reduce, with the goal of keeping global warming below 2 degrees centigrade by the end of this century. Now, one of the things that I was impressed with in Paris was that the countries who were there represented everybody from China to the Marshall Islands, and all of them understood that climate change is real, it's a threat to our planet, and we've got to do something about it. And they understand that because they've seen it. They've seen it in their home countries. They've seen rising sea levels, extreme weather events, environmental changes, all linked to global warming. And here in the United States, we see it too. According to a recent Pew poll, 2/3 of all Americans recognize that climate change is real and that action must be taken to address it. We see it in my home state of New Hampshire, where we're seeing a change in our wildlife population, a change in our snowpack that affects our ski season, our foliage season is affected, and it has an economic impact on our state. But the exciting thing is, and we saw this very clearly in Paris, is that at the local level, mayors, governors, local leaders around the world understand that we've got to take action to address it, and they were there in Paris urging the negotiators to come to some sort of an agreement. Now, in New Hampshire, we've taken action. We have been part with 9 other northeastern states of a regional cap-and-trade program called the Regional Greenhouse Gas Initiative. And as the result of that and other actions that we've taken, we are going to meet the goals of the Clean Power Plan 10 years early. The Regional Greenhouse Gas Initiative has generated $1.6 billion in net economic value. It's created more than 16,000 jobs across the region, and that's one of the benefits of the action that we take to address climate change. But as we all know here, it doesn't matter what we do in New Hampshire, it doesn't matter what we do in this country, unless we get a global agreement in Paris so that we're all going to move forward together to address the harmful impacts of climate change. We're going to see the continued sea level rise, the continued extreme weather events, all of the continued negative impacts of that global warming. So finally, I just want to say that for me, one of the most exciting things about meeting with people when we were in Paris was hearing that they were cautiously optimistic that we will get an agreement, that we will take action, and we will be able to make a difference for our planet and for future generations. So I was pleased to have Senator Chris Coons from Delaware with us on this trip, and I know that he's going to talk about what he observed when we were in Paris.